Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this fucking goof. God. I can't. I'm so We're going to talk about Christian Wood in more detail later. That's not what we're going to start off the stream with. Let me tweet out that I'm live real quick. It's going to be a juicy stream today for a lot of different reasons. Obviously, Slovenia loses to Canada. They're out. Luka gets ejected. We're going to talk about it. Christian Wood signs with the Los Angeles Lakers. And just before I went live, or literally 4 minutes ago, I've always wanted to be a Laker. I know we can win a championship. Communication with the coach is a big key. Coach Ham and I go back to our Milwaukee days, and we've had great conversations every day about this opportunity. He believes in me and told me I'll be playing a big role and knows what I can do. I'm looking forward to this and for sure motivated after what Dallas did. Get this loser out of my organization. Goodbye. Good riddance. Good luck, Lakers. Good luck, Lakers fans. It's not fun. It's not going to be a fun experience for you at all. I promise you that, okay? And I know right now, trust me, I know right now you're going through the numbers. We all did the same thing. You're going through the numbers. Oh my God, what? The 16 points a game? Well, look at the pick and roll numbers. Holy shit. Look at the offense of LeBron, the offensive efficiency. Trust me, I get it. You're going through the numbers. We did the same fucking thing. I tricked myself too, and I never wanted it. I was the only one vocal before the trade even happened saying this trade better not happen. But I talked myself into it. Trust me, it's not fun. All right? Good luck, guys. Good luck. And you know, I really wanted to save this for later. Who am I going to trust? I keep seeing people bring this up. Oh my God, they did him so dirty. How can you not blame the Mavericks? How can you not blame Christian Wood? Let me see. Let's look through the history, right? What is this? 8 teams now? Is this 8 team or 7 team? What team are we on? 8th or 7th team in the league, right? Everywhere he's gone, there's been something. There's been some like, oh, defensively they didn't like it. There were reports this year that the Mavericks coaches were like, what the fuck is this guy doing defensively? Not Kidd is a bad coach. You know what it is? You want to know what it is with the Wood stuff? Everyone wants to blame Jason Kidd. It's the easiest scapegoat for last season. Like, it's just the easiest to not face more harsh truths about certain players and how they were playing, certain players and how they were handling themselves on the court. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Certain, front office decisions. Like, it was just easier to, lay the blanket on Jason Kidd. What do you mean Wood got scapegoated? No, he fucking didn't. Who scapegoated Christian Wood? Nobody said Christian Wood was the reason the Mavericks were bad. No serious person has said that, ever. No serious person has ever just laid the entire blame on last season on Christian Wood. No one. It's Kidd. And that's pretty much it. We don't even know Mark Cuban and the organization did. Either way, I'm just so done with this dude. I mean, I was never not done with him. The ultimate nail in the coffin was the shit after the trade deadline. That was the ultimate, oh my God, this guy. That was the moment. He absolutely fucked with his minutes. He played a lot of minutes. That's what I don't understand. How many more minutes? You guys wanted 35 minutes of Christian Wood? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't get it. If the Mavericks did Christian Wood dirty, has basically a third of the league done him dirty as well? I don't understand. Better than Maxey breaking threes? Maxey barely fucking played. He was hurt for the entire season. The Christian Wood discourse, you guys already know this. The Christian Wood discourse damn near gives me a brain aneurysm. I'm glad Wood is with a competent franchise. Yeah, maybe franchise number 8 will do the trick. Maybe this time. Just tired of arguing about guys like this. Maybe the 7th franchise will be the one. Hope he has a better relationship with the Lakers coach. Kidd is a sucker. We'll see. I mean, what happens when Christian Wood play? There's a game where Christian Wood plays 14 minutes. What's going to happen? We're going to get subtweets. We're going to get tweets about how he's not getting enough run. What are we going to get? I wanted him to be good. The flashes are there. Oh, okay, so here's what's on the docket today. We'll talk about Christian Wood more later. Obviously, we're going to talk about Slovenia and Canada. Lakers have a history of improving players like this, and they get in a bag the next season. I mean, best of luck to them. Best of luck to them. They've done it with guards. Yeah, I don't think you guys understand that the archetype that Christian Wood's rocking with. There's a reason you don't see it. There's a reason you don't see it a lot. There's just a reason you don't see it a lot. There's a reason why you don't see it on competitive teams. Okay, Malik Monk is a guard. He's a scorer, microwave scorer off the bench. Who was the other ones? Lonnie Walker, microwave scorer. off the bench. I just don't understand if he was so bad defensively. Why trade for him in the first place? I mean, it was a bad trade in hindsight. I mean, the trade did not make sense. And I said as much. Like at the time, I thought it was a fine trade, and I still kind of do, whatever. But it was very clear and obvious that the front office and the front office and like the coaching staff was nowhere near close to being on the same page after that trade. Like you gotta at least be like, hey, we're gonna go get Christian Wood, kid. What do you think about this? Kid obviously was like, fuck no, I don't want that. And I do believe, because it was reported. Now, this is what I believe now. It was reported after the trade that, hey, Christian Wood might not play on the Mavericks. Like that was like a report that the Mavericks were kind of seeing if there was a way for them to maybe trade Wood. So I'm kind of thinking now what it was they needed to get off a bunch of contracts, right? They were going to dump these guys anyway. All right, we'll pick up Christian Wood. If it works out, whatever. He was making, $16 million a year. So that could be a contract we use to trade for another contract. And it just never worked. They didn't trade him. And you got last season. Was last season Christian Wood's fault? No. Not saying that. And I also want to say this, though. I want to say this. For the vet minimum, yeah, all right. I mean, sure, for the Lakers. Why not? For the vet minimum? Yeah, he got the vet minimum. Which, again, I told you guys. Told you guys all year. Hold on, what is this? For some reason, this clip you sent me, I can't hear it. Yeah, people forget we were able to move off of 4 useless players for a potential small W. Too bad Kid and him just never were able to get it working together. Okay, so I do wonder, like, what else were we supposed to do with Wood? Okay. He played a lot of minutes. Like, he wasn't getting 14 minutes a night, man. He got 25 minutes a game. 26 minutes a game, which was the most of any big on the roster. One thing I also want to say, I was looking this up earlier in FIBA. Dwight Powell's like a plus 85 in the tournament. Now, granted, Canada's been murdering teams, so doesn't really mean much. Every player on the team's going to have a huge plus minus. So the Mavericks were better last year when Christian Wood was off the floor. Okay, that can mean a bunch of different things. Like Christian Wood's coming off the bench, you know. Luka was better by himself when Christian was out, plus 2.7, which is a pretty solid plus minus. Mavericks were terrible when Christian Wood was on the floor and Luka was off, but that doesn't say much. Now compare that to this number. Yeah, pretty shocking, huh? Mavericks were plus 7.4 when Luka and Dwight Powell are on the floor together. Like at a certain point, I get the Dwight Powell shit. At a certain point, it's not a coincidence that teams are better when he's on the floor. It's been this way throughout his whole career. Yeah, I know. You guys like don't want to hear anything positive about Dwight Powell, but like at a certain point, the team's better when he's on the floor. I wonder if the behind the scenes issues with Wood will ever get released. Yeah, I wonder so too. There's definitely a very spicy tell-all article that's waiting to come out from this past Mavericks season. It's freezing cold in my apartment, by the way. I'm like actively shivering. Dwight Powell gets destroyed at the 5 by Jokic, AD, Embiid, Giannis, Sabonis, and Looney. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not advocating for Dwight Powell to be getting 30 minutes, right? Not advocating for that at all, but he's fine in a role. Sefko said it was extremely bad in the locker room with Wood. I mean, listen, man, if everywhere you go smells like shit, at a certain point, you got to check your shoe. At a certain point. Like this type of shit, right? I was honestly just going to be, you know, whatever. Good luck, Christian Wood. Didn't work out. Whatever. This type of shit, for sure motivated after what Dallas did. Oh, my God. Dude, best of luck, man. It's now or never for you. If this flames out too, what's next? What's next? Do you understand why Slovenia play tomorrow? It's consolation games, I guess. From what I understand, there's absolutely no reason whatsoever for Luka to be playing in those games. I believe the most they can do is just finish higher in the tournament. Like that was the impression I got. No, it's not even Olympic. It's not Olympic. It's not the Olympics. They have to qualify for that separately now, because only the top 2 teams, European teams in this tournament, make the Olympics, from what I understand, and that's Serbia and Germany already. I hate to spam chat, but how did Luka get ejected? He got 2 techs. Slovenia's going to have to qualify for the Olympics. Seeding for the Olympic qualifiers? Maybe. Either way, man, like, I'm sorry. I don't want Luka to play in these games. Especially at back-to-back, going up against Lithuania, who's also super physical defensively. I don't see much of a benefit. If you're the Mavericks, at a certain point, right, you're paying this guy $300 million. At a certain point, you know, you got to make some calls. Just like, hey, we get it. He wants to play for his country. All of this, totally cool. We respect that. But we're not just going to let it happen in games that don't really mean much of anything. Lucas slander will be crazy if Wood becomes a serious player. I don't get why it would. I mean, he had good stats this year. 16.6 points per game, 3rd highest of his career. Luka needs therapy. If you guys haven't liked the stream, make sure you do so. Helps me out tremendously. 100 of you in here, 14 likes. It's super sad how both Mavs and Slovenia are bad and need him to carry all the time. He needs rest. It's a little bit more sad for the Mavs. Slovenia, it makes sense, dude. Slovenia is incredibly small. So the fact that they're even this good is a testament to how great Luka is, but also a testament to how, you know, that team's not horrible. I mean, it would be insane if Slovenia was somehow a powerhouse. Man, who the fuck cares about the Mavericks? He will leave soon from this trash franchise, and he will keep playing for Slovenia. Okay. I mean, who gives a fuck? The Mavericks are paying him $300 million, so I'm sure he gives a fuck. Prepelic deserves an NBA contract. Prepelic is a dog. I like me some Prepelic. I don't know if he's an NBA player, though. Did you see the Sedan elbow versus Serbia? Was that where the guy had to get his kidney removed? If Sean Char was healthy, things would be different. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of nuts because that didn't seem like that crazy of an elbow. It was just one of those super unfortunate, like, 1 in a million things. What up, Sevens? All right, let's get into this game from today. I'm sure we'll talk about Christian Wood later. In more detail. God, what a fucking Jesus Christ. I mean, if I'm like, is that what I want to see? Like, this guy's on his 7th team in 7 years, and those like the comments he's making immediately. You know, like, come on, dude, figure it out. No one gives a shit about FIBA, honestly. We have our C team over there. I wouldn't say no. Like, it definitely means more for non-USA teams. Dude, hold on a sec. My apartment is like. I don't know if you guys could hear it in my voice, but I'm like straight up shivering. All right, so Slovenia loses to Canada, which is sucks. You know, I will say this: I made money on this game. I bet Canada -8. I thought that line was insane. Slovenia played hard, but I mean, Canada's just way more talented. So I thought they should have been at least double-digit favorites, in my opinion. Double-digit point spread. I mean, you're talking about a team where you're talking about a team with what? A superstar in Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. RJ Barrett's making $30 million. Sorry. RJ Barrett's making $30 million. Dwight Powell's the starting center on a team that wants to contend. Save it. Kelly Olynyk's been around the block. Dylan Brooks is making $20+ million. Lou Dort is a rotational player. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is a rotational player. I mean, it's a talented-ass team. Yes, I bias. Let's be clear. Houston traffic is worse than all of DFW. That's true. Also, I hear your AC crying, Mr. Moneybags over here with putting it on 68 degrees in the heat wave. No, it's not even that I have my AC super low. It's that I'm standing directly next to the vent. Like, the vent is literally on the wall right next to me. So the air just blasts me. So you have all this talent on Team Canada, and there's like, you know, they could, if they could get Wiggins for the Olympics next year and Jamal Murray, that's a disgusting team. Is there anyone else they're missing? Wait, isn't Omax Canadian? Omax is Canadian, isn't he? Yep, Montreal, baby. Omax. Big rookie year. Yeah, Benedict Mathurin, that's true. And then you have Slovenia, who has Luka, and then a bunch of guys who, from what I understand, don't even like start for their home teams, for the teams that they play with in Europe. So, you know, I was shocked that this was only an 8-point spread. But you got to give Slovenia some props, man. They were hanging in. They were playing tough. It was tied at halftime, 50-50. They were bombing from three. That's the way these teams win games. You know, it's like the March Madness formula. If you're an underdog, you got to bomb away from 3. Like that's how you win. And Canada, as the more talented teams usually do in situations like this, just pulled away in the second half. Was the officiating terrible? Of course. It was really bad. It was. It felt like, you look at Team Canada and you have Dylan Brooks and Lou Dort, who are 2 of the most physical defenders in the NBA. RJ Barrett is physical as well at times. Kelly Olynyk is a pretty physical defender too. It felt like they were letting those guys play and letting those guys play physical, which I'm cool with. Like, I'm totally fine with that. But you can't just give Shai Gilgeous-Alexander every call if that's what you're going to do. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did get every single call. But at the same time, they kept showing the replays. I was like, yeah, I guess, technically Shai did get fouled there. And I don't mind that if that's what you're going to call. You just have to do it both ways. So, yes, the officiating was very bad. It was very frustrating to watch. It would kind of be blatant, too, where Luka would drive and get bumped. Like the defender would body bump him, mid-shot attempt. And then, like, there was one possession, I think it was in the third or fourth quarter. Luka gets body bumped on a drive. They don't call it. He misses. And then, literally one play later, on the way back down, Shai gets a blocking call on something that was very ticky-tack. So, I get the frustration. Look at X. What happened? On the move, baby. You're cringe if you call Twitter X. Yeah. Mavs lost yet another asset for nothing. Not for a lack of trying. They were really trying to trade him, but nobody wanted his ass at the deadline. So that's better than the Jalen Brunson one, where they could have turned Jalen Brunson into something. But no one wanted Christian Wood at all, as apparent by him getting the vet minimum in September. Right? The vet minimum in September. So can't be mad at the Mavs front office for that one. Wish him all the best. God bless him. Welcome to X. Oh, God. All right, let me so Luka, all right, let me say this too, because it's going to get rough. It's going to get rough. Let me tell you guys, this has been the case for a while, but it's especially true now. The honeymoon phase with Luka is done. It's over. It's over and done with. The honeymoon phase is over. I feel like this was always kind of true, but it's especially true now that the Mavs missed the playoffs or the play-in entirely. And I wouldn't say too many people have eyes on the FIBA World Cup, to be honest with you. So I don't think this is going to be a narrative shift in any way, shape, or form for Luka. But it does show that the narrative has changed around Luka. I agree with you. It's been done for a while, I think, but it's especially true now. And it's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. Like, Slovenia is the only country that got an eliminated graphic. I don't really know what to say about that. Like, I feel like that's obvious because Luka's on the team and he's a megastar, right? Whereas, are they really going to post one for Lithuania? Like, is ESPN really going to post an eliminated graphic with Jonas Valanciunas on it? No, they're not going to do that, right? France got one. Okay, well, there you go. France got one. I was seeing people say that this was the only country they got one. Like, is Italy with Fontecchio on the picture going to get one? No, of course not. But this is what happens. And it's happening to Shai right now. It's happening to Anthony Edwards. This is what happens. The new young players come into the league. And in Luka's case, he was so good that immediately all the attention was on him, right? And everyone loves you. right? You come in, everyone loves you. Oh my God, he's doing this. We've never seen this before. This stat, he's the first player to do X, Y, and Z. He's the first player since, Jordan to do X, Y, and Z. Oh my God, the playoffs, buzzer beater. What an insane player, right? They build you up and build you up and build you up. And because they build you up, they then put crazy expectations on you. And when you don't reach those expectations, then they tear you down. That's happening right now with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Because think about it. What the fuck has Shai done? You guys know I love him. You guys know he's my favorite player in the NBA. And he has been for years. I'm not new. I'm not jumping on the Shai train now. I've been on it for like 5 years. Pretty much his whole career. I saw what he did as a rookie and thought, oh, this guy's going to be really good. But what has he done? What have the Thunder done? These people, these two have accomplished fucking nothing. But guess what? They're the new shiny toy. Because nobody paid attention to them whatsoever at all until Shai pretty much said, hey, you have to pay attention to us. And now they're the big shiny toy. And guess what? Those expectations are getting built up. And when they don't live up to those expectations, they, too, will be torn down. That's how it goes. Same thing happening with Anthony Edwards. This is so funny to me because Luka gets it. He understands. Like, Luka understands. Wait, why is there no audio? Wait.
This is not fair. I know I complain a lot, but I don't think it's fair. The referee.
I was very scared about this press conference for Luka. Well, was it the Olympics or was it the Eurobasket last year? Luka also got ejected in the bracket game in Eurobasket last year too. So not good. But which competition was it where he just went the fuck off on the FIBA refs? I think it was the Olympics. So I was nervous about this one. I'm not going to lie to you. But I actually thought his press conference was good. Felt like he understood that he did not need to do what he did.
I told one of the guys, we're not going to call a foul on him because he's coming at us.
So I'm not going to lie. Whenever I first heard this quote, my dumb ass thought that he was talking about Dylan Brooks. That the referees were like, oh, Dylan Brooks is yelling at us. We're not calling anything on him. But what he's actually saying is Luka is screaming at us. So we're not giving him any calls.
I think this is not fair. I know I complain a lot, but I don't think it's fair. The ref.
I mean, they said the quiet part out loud. This is how every ref operates. I guarantee you. There's a human element. When a player's screaming at you all the time, you're not just, you're like, it's just going to be an instinctive thing. I don't want to give this guy a fucking call. Fuck this guy. Do you think if he quits talking, he'll get more calls? I don't know. But I do wish he would stop complaining and crying. Like, I do. It's not good. It hurt Slovenia today. It hurt Slovenia. You watch this game, it sucks so bad too because it really, like, it got a little bit bad against Germany too. But in the lead up to the tournament, in the first 4 or 5 games, it was exactly what I was wanting to see. Even in the games where his stats weren't crazy, he was locked in. He was playing really good defense. He was not, he's going to yell at the refs. Everybody yells at the refs. So I don't care about that. I'm not saying he should never, ever speak to the refs ever again, right? But, he kept complaining to a minimum, and it felt like even if he was frustrated, it didn't affect this game whatsoever. Today it did. Today it was classic bad Luka, and one of the worst I've ever seen, honestly, where it's just didn't get back on defense, yelling at the refs mid-play, clearly offensively. I don't understand why Luka does this. It doesn't make sense to me. You're not getting calls. Okay, let's affect the game in other ways. Your three-point shot was on today. You were 4-6. Let's see if we can get to that step back more. Let's see if we can set some other guys up. Let's see if we can post up. Let's see if we can get something else going. Instead, he just tries to foul bait all the time to try and, like, get calls or prove a point to the refs. It just doesn't make any sense to me why we're doing that. It doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. To be honest, the second tech was bogus, and even the Brooks ejection was crazy. I didn't realize FIBA, you're just out. Taunting, you're out of here. I thought that was a little bit nuts. I thought that was a crazy ejection, to be fair. To be completely fair to Dylan Brooks, I thought that was a bit of a wild ejection. But Luka, was it a weak tech for the second one? Sure. And is that tech happening in the NBA? No, because those refs understand this guy's got 2 techs. We're not ejecting this level of a player. We're not ejecting this level of a player in this moment of the game. But you got to be careful. You already know you have a tech. You already know that these refs in your mind are out to get you. So why then? Like, what's even the point? What's even what's the end goal? I don't know, man. It's just frustrating. He isn't James Harden with the travels and flops. You sound like them. Sound like who? Sound like what? I think he wanted to be kicked out. He knew it was over. Well, that's some loser shit, if I'm being honest. I don't think that's the case. But if that is the case, that is some loser shit. Because it was a 9-point game with 3 minutes left, man. Most frustrating part is he doesn't have an authoritative figure in his life that can speak to him about that. What's frustrating to me is he knows. He says all the right things after the games. We've seen this all year. We've seen this all year long. We saw this all year. After Luka would have a bad game, would yell at the refs and stuff, he'd come out after the games and just be like, yeah, I need to stop that. I know I need to stop that. You think it's because his parents are divorced? Luka acts like every soccer player who flops. Why is it such a big issue for basketball players but not soccer players? It's a different. You're talking about a different sport. I don't know. To be honest, did improve a little last season compared to the season prior. Really? I thought last year was the worst it ever was. In my opinion, I thought last year was by far the worst we ever saw from a complaining perspective. And we are at the point now. Yeah, I hate the money gesture too. I hate all of it. I really do. I really do hate all of it. Yeah, the refs are getting paid off. He's got to stop that. You're gonna get teed up for it, and it's just a bad look. Through and through. Look, I can relate to Luka a little here. It's not easy to change something, even when you know you need to work on it and be better. We all have issues, but it takes one moment to have it click and grow up. Yeah, I mean, I get it. And I've seen people on Twitter, like, the common clap back to this so far as you've never been in a competitive environment ever. First and foremost, yes, I have. Secondly, dude, why is Luka the worst out of anybody in the league? Like, he is the worst. Like, I'm sorry. He's the worst complainer in the league. He is. It's okay to admit it. He is. He absolutely is. No. Luka's the worst complainer in the NBA. Draymond's at least still completely and totally locked into the game. And yes, he yells at the refs, but like Luka gets taken out of games by complaining. Luka takes entire plays off to complain. He's the worst in the league at it. It is what it is. You know, it sucks to admit, but it's true. Okay, but why is everyone around him expecting him to solve it by himself? He can't. He needs help. He needs someone to hold him accountable and not walk around eggshells around him. I mean, that might be true. LeBron complains too, but I'm telling you though, it's guys. I've watched every game of Luka's career. Okay, this man, literally will take entire plays off. There was that, was it his first game with Kyrie or second game against the Kings? Luka nearly turned the ball over on offense because someone was passing the ball to Luka on the wing, and he's turned around. He's turned around talking to the ref in the middle of the fucking play, and the ball's coming to him. He gets a shitty whistle, though, probably like the worst in the NBA for a star player. Okay, that's fine. His whistle today was terrible. And someone was asking earlier, the Cam Newton effect, 100% true. I agree. Luka's so big and strong that teams have to foul him. And Luka's so big and strong that he has to get fouled whenever he drives. It's the only way that they can defend him. And refs definitely go a little bit easier on defenders against them because that's really their only chance. LeBron was exactly the same way, too. We should be talking about the refs and not Luka. They can destroy the game because a player complained. No. We're talking about Luka. I would give Luka a pass today. If this was out of character for Luka, I would give him a pass and just be like, wow, the officiating was so bad. Look at what Luka did. Like, Luka never does this. Luka does this every game, man. Like, why are we pretending? So you admit he is getting fouled. We're done here. Of course, man. You can call foul every fucking play pretty much on a superstar. Like, superstars are superstars for a reason. They're unstoppable. And they get fouled a lot. And it goes uncalled a lot. Steph Curry gets fouled all the time. And they don't call it. LeBron in his prime would get murdered. And they didn't call it. Because, like, what else are you supposed to do? Shaq would get murdered. And they wouldn't call it. So he should shut up and suffer. He should shut up and yeah. Actually, yes. He should shut up and suffer while the game's going on. You want to cry to the refs after the play? Dude, I don't give a shit. I don't love watching it, but everyone does it. I don't care. Do it. You guys need to stop pretending. And I know what it is. I know it's, mainly the European guys. You guys need to stop pretending like Luka doesn't completely quit in the middle of the games. He does. And that's okay. Those guys didn't get foul called. I'm also saying, like, those guys didn't give up in the middle of the fucking play. Who is pretending? You guys are. You guys aren't even trying to understand what I'm saying. You guys are acting like I'm saying Luka doesn't get fouled. He needs to stop complaining because he's not getting fouled. Why is he whining and complaining? He's not actually getting fouled. No, I agree. He got hacked today. But you cannot get ejected in this game. You absolutely, dude, you are the best. You are like, I mean, you're the only NBA player on your team. Not only are you a top 3-4 player in the world, dude, you're the only NBA player on your team going up against a team of NBA stars. Not stars, but NBA players. You can't get ejected from this game under any circumstances. You need to apply this to all players, not only Luka. I don't care. I don't give a shit about them. I'm talking about Luka. And again, Luka's the worst complainer in the league. So this really does only apply to Luka. Don't group us European together. Well, I wasn't doing that, but that is like most people who disagree with this. As if it's not enough that Luka has to carry a bunch of bums in Dallas, a bunch in Slovenia, gets fouled every possession, and people tell him to suck it up. Insanity. Oh my God, dude. What do you even like? Okay. You are acting like we're saying, Luka, don't ever talk to the refs. Luka, you can never be frustrated with the refs. Luka, never ever speak to them. Luka, never even insinuate that you think that you're getting a bad whistle. I'm talking about Luka straight up quitting plays, not getting back on defense, letting bad officiating affect his game negatively because it's all he can focus on. You are crazy if you don't think that happens. You are crazy. I love Luka, but I don't know how people still defend this stuff. I don't either, dude. I don't know why you act like asking Luka to have some composure during the game is crazy. I mean, that's literally it. You guys know how I feel about Luka. You guys know how good I think he is. And that's actually what makes it more frustrating for me, personally, is this, to me, is his biggest roadblock. Like, we can talk about defense. We can talk about conditioning. This, for me, if he went on a retreat somewhere and dropped acid in the middle of the fucking forest and came back and said, you know what, guys, I don't give a shit about the refs anymore, he'd be the best player on the planet. Do we need to give Luka acid? Is that what it is? Do we need to slip some LSD into his beverage? A little ego death. You give him Aaron Rodgers' number? Shrooms? Some DMT? But honestly, I think if Luka can get past this, man, like, the sky is the limit for this guy. That's why I feel this way. I feel so strongly about it, because it's mental. It's the world is in front of him. Like, the NBA can be in the palm of his hands. That's how good he is. And like, his setbacks are almost always self-inflicted. That's what's frustrating to me. You know? Bad games, bad shooting games, whatever. Luka takes crazy tough shots. Some nights those shots aren't going to go. Hey, so be it. He has the ball in his hands all the time. He's going to have some games where he has 6-7 turnovers. Hey, so what? He's not the greatest athlete, so, you know, he's going to get beat on defense sometimes. So what? Who cares? It happens to everyone. I live with all of that. He knew he was on thin ice, but I think it happened in the heat of the moment because he was already frustrated. And that's what I'm saying. It's just, like, ingrained in him. Free throws and complaining, 100% fixable. You know, it's interesting throughout NBA history. While we do believe free throws can be fixable, it kind of seems like they're not really. You wouldn't like to be beat up every night, right? No, I wouldn't. I get his frustration, but he's got to realize, man, like, you're the captain of Team Slovenia. Do we think it's a... Honestly, like, let's be real with ourselves. Do we think it's a coincidence that every other player on Slovenia today was crying to the refs all of the time? Do we think that that's a coincidence? You go as your best player goes. You go as your captain goes. We literally have the same thing with a Bulgarian tennis player, Grigor Dimitrov, probably one of the most talented in the world, but loses his composure every second match. Did you see fouls called against them? I do, but you got to play the game, man. I get it. And I don't even complain. I don't care about that. You got to play the game, though. Like, you got to play the game. Listen, man, I was a fan of Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk complained. Dirk wasn't shy about complaining to the refs. Acting like LeBron doesn't cry. You guys are like really missing my point entirely. Like, you guys are complete. Like, the point is just sailing over y'all's head. I'm not even like I've already mentioned a million times. Complain. I don't care. Everyone's going to complain. It probably isn't helping that the owner of his team has sends in requests to the league to appeal a fucking loss. Mark Cuban bitches all the time. That's true too. Mark Cuban might not be the best the best guy for this because he's also a chronic complainer. Just wait till dead balls to complain or have Cuban send clips to league office, but complaining during live balls got stopped. Yeah, that's literally all I'm saying. Cleefus with the $5. I appreciate your channel solid bias. Nothing but love here. It's annoying how the refs control the game and clearly show biases all. No, I mean, I agree with that. I get the frustration with the refs, especially after today. Believe me. I understand it. You guys know I love my Slovenian brothers and sisters, my European brothers and sisters. I want what's best for our boy. I want him to turn into who he can turn into. I feel like Kai can help him and possibly Grant. I hope so. He did actually seem a little bit more mellow after Kyrie got there. I don't know if he just completely gave up on the season at that point, like every other player on the Mavs did, or what. But Luka's going to get hate from a lot of people until he wins the MVP or title. It's unfortunate reality with a lot of these young guys. Europeans don't understand nuance. I wouldn't say that. They're just very defensive of Luka, and I get it, right? Like if you're Slovenian, I mean, how insane is that? You're a small country, right? Who historically in basketball, I mean, you had Zoran Dragic. You know, you've had some players, but one of the top 3 players in the world is from your country and proudly reps your country and plays for you at every stop, while other players in the NBA take tournaments off. Luka's there for all of them. I get it. I do. I understand it. Dak is the most hated football player in the league. That's just being a Dallas Cowboys quarterback. Which, that reminds me. Thank you for, guys. B-Dot, you're really gonna like this one. I'm feeling a little something in my stomach whenever I think about the NFL season started. I'm feeling a little, I don't know, what's the word? Excitement? It's not a Euro thing. I'm not trying to group all of you. Imagine if Luka was like Paolo and ignored his country. Okay, I admittedly didn't really follow the Paolo stuff very much, but Paolo was born in Seattle, Washington. Like, it's entirely possible that Jokic focuses on his NBA career from here on out, especially after winning a chip. Maybe that would suck because Serbia. I mean, if Jokic plays next year, and who is it? Dimic? That's his name, right? Who they're without, and Poku plays. Dude, that's a disgusting team. Like, they're already in the Final Four, and they could give. Everyone's penciling in Canada and Team USA in the final, and it's probably likely, but I really would not. I really would not sleep on Serbia. Why are all the Italians all over Paolo? I admittedly didn't go into the story in full detail, but I think there was maybe talks of Paolo maybe playing for Team Italy, and then it didn't materialize, and then the head of Italian basketball was just kind of mad that Paolo never told them that he wasn't going to play, something like that. Luka's game has to adapt or he'll never win a ring like Harden. Kobe said hero ball doesn't work. It's not that hard to see. It has never worked historically. I mean, the Mavs made it to a conference finals. No, I don't have Kelsey. Odds the alternate jerseys this year are Slovenia type colors. Those would sell hard. That would be cool, but that honestly, that feels like a weird thing for an NBA team to do, though, for one player on the team. They could do like a Slovenia night, which they do. And of course, infamously, that was one of the games the Mavericks tanked at the end of the season. I find it so odd that Luka won so much before he came to the NBA, and since he's come to the NBA, he hasn't won anything. Pieces aren't adding up. Luka's 24. Like, people, it's hard to win in the NBA, man. It's hard. A lot of great players go their whole entire careers not winning. A lot of great players go their whole entire careers winning one ring. The two ghosts didn't win until 27 or 28. Yeah, it's hard to win, man. It's hard to win. I really like the direction of the Mavericks, and we'll see. Oh, I think I gotta mute Christian Wood's name on Twitter. Every time I see it, it just fills me with rage. Where do you see the Mavs season going with the roster they have now? So in my mind, this team should be a playoff team, not a play-in team, a playoff team. And I want them to be competitive, maybe even win a series. To me, that's good. Step in the right direction. I think 2024, 2025, the 2024-2025 season is the year. That's the one where it could really blossom. I've been fighting for my life on NFL Twitter and TikTok. Help me, man. I don't know much about the NFL. The only research I've done is fantasy football related. With that being said, I am doing my annual NFL predictions at the end of the stream. Have we cleared all the air with the Luka stuff? This is not the best team Luka's had to start the season. On paper, it most certainly is. Are you possibly worried about Kyrie basically being expiring after this season? No, not really. That's why I hate the Luka Magic thing. It's like fans expect a miracle every time and are disappointed when they're human is human. Quite unfair. No, I'm never disappointed when Luka plays bad. It is what it is. I'm disappointed when I feel like he takes himself out of the game because he's upset at the officials. To me, that's inexcusable at this point. When he was 21, and you can go back to those times on this channel, and I'm saying the same exact thing, but I was much more lenient because I'm like, he's 20, he's 21, he's 22, he'll figure it out. 24 going on 25, you're, 6 in the league? It's time. It's time to put that shit behind us. Slightly Starfield character never quits on his missions, just saying. So, about Starfield, I played the first 4 or 5 hours of my character on stream on Twitch. I then decided I want to play this off stream. And I'm like 20 hours in. I've been playing the shit out of the game. The streams were fun, though, and I do want to go back to streaming. I did. I did a couple of streams on Twitch for Starfield. You see that fat Brit that was mad about the English language and pronouns? Yeah, I did see that. I didn't even know what he was fucking talking about. Like, I don't even remember. What did Kyrie say? Would you recommend the game? Yes, for sure. Chief Hila. Smear campaigns are created by all the cowards in our world. They throw their rocks and then hide in the crowd and hope you crash out. And when you find out who it was / see them in person, go check their temperature face to face. I promise you their energy is different. Ooh. He's not playing fair this year. He's dissing you. He's dissing Christian Wood for smearing Jason Kidd. He's dissing Christian Wood for smearing Jason Kidd. What's actually really funny is this has to be about James Harden. I still always feel weird cheering Kyrie a little because of what he did, but I definitely think he gets treated unfairly. I think about it like this. We all have people in our lives and friends in our lives and stuff who were led astray, which is very easy to have happen in today's age where anything is accessible via the internet. And that does not mean that the person is evil or a bad person. I thought some of the talks around Kyrie were fucking nuts. Like people were acting like he should be thrown into prison or something. Like the way people were talking about him was crazy. And by the way, I was saying that before he was even a Maverick. But maybe it was because I feel as if I had like a notion that he was going to be a Maverick. I talked about it a lot last offseason. Kyrie's a stupid conspiracy nut. See, like, I don't know if I would even call him. I don't know him, so I don't like calling people stupid or. My sister is the same. I can't hate him. The one thing I always feel about conspiracy theorists, regardless of like whatever conspiracy they subscribe to or whatever, and I have to say, like, I kind of consider myself a conspiracy theorist in some ways, but like not. I've made this joke before that it feels like every conspiracy theory at some point either becomes incredibly anti-Semitic or racist, and I don't know why. So I don't subscribe to those conspiracy theories, but most people I know who are like super into conspiracy theories are very mad, very upset at the way the world works, at how they view certain people are like treated very unfairly. And conspiracy theories are an explanation as to why these things are happening, even though the answer is pretty simple, in my opinion. Does LeBron use PEDs? Oh hell yeah! I'm a proponent of PEDs, by the way. Like I'm a believer in it. I think sports should welcome PEDs. I do. It gets a little bit tricky when we're talking about like football. Like how big and strong and fast can these guys be before they like actually start killing each other on the field? We're getting close to testing that theory. Kind of the same for the NBA. Not that, you know, it's not a contact sport, but how fast, how big can these guys be before like the human body just rejects him and is like, hey, anytime you try to run, your kneecap is ripping apart. So do you see him fucking over the Mavs in slightly? No, I do not see him fucking over the Mavericks. PEDs fuck you up long term. Yeah, but you know LeBron's not taking the shady shit that he bought on Silk Road. And some guy in the back of a fucking Honda Accord gave it to him outside of the 24/7, the 24-hour fitness. Like he's taking the real shit direct from the source. But I think all baseball players should be on roids, 100%. You think Cuban was sending a message to Kyrie in the Pat Bev pod? No, that just got completely blown out of proportion. So I'm sorry, but you sound like the frog and the scorpion about Kyrie. Being a Cowboys fan sucks because... Okay, hold on a second. Scorpion asks a frog to carry him over a river. The frog is afraid of being stung, but the scorpion argues that if it did so, both would sink and the scorpion would drown. The frog then agrees, but midway across the river, the scorpion doesn't indeed sting the frog, doing both. Wait, what? How do I sound like that? I have heard that theory before, or heard of that saying. Is the Markieff Morris a confirmed thing? I kind of want Boban for the vibes. Yeah, I do believe it is a confirmed thing. I don't know if it's been officially announced, but being a Cowboys fan sucks because our Pro Bowl multiple playoff game winning quarterback is talked about like he's about to get replaced by a guy who Sam Darnold beat out. Yep, I mean, are you guys new? Like, okay, I know I'm older. But why are you guys so surprised by this, man? I lived through the entire Tony Romo era. I experienced that firsthand. Like, I nothing surprises me. I know how the Cowboys get talked about. He's saying you think Kyrie wouldn't possibly hurt Dallas. Oh, he's talking about in relation to the Mavs. I thought he was talking about Kyrie being a conspiracy theorist. I mean, I don't know. There's a chance, I guess. There's a chance. But I've been a Cowboys fan since 2009, since I was shitting myself. It's so crazy to hear. Like, I know a lot of you, most of you in here probably are younger than me. It's insane to hear you guys be like, yeah, 2009 when I was a toddler. It's like, dude, I was fucking 15 years old. Like, I was about to enter high school. Kyrie won't screw us over. Everyone since LeBron has thought that. And I don't want you to get hurt. I feel like Kyrie, okay, the Kyrie and Boston thing, right? Okay, that might have been a bit of a flame out. I'm sorry. I can't blame Kyrie for the Brooklyn thing. I just can't. I can't do it. And I don't blame him for the Cavs thing either, by the way. Because he saw the writing on the wall, knew LeBron was leaving. Let me get out of here while I can. Like that's how the NBA works. He was there for what, 6-7 years? Boston, I got no excuses for. Brooklyn, though, maybe I could put all the blame on Kyrie if the three players they had all didn't demand trades at the same fucking time. $23 is still really young. I feel like I'm about to be Gary V. I'm moving, baby. Is Wood worse or Rondo? No, Rondo is most certainly worse. You think Kid like you like Kid as a coach? No. Not necessarily. I don't despise him though. I wonder how many people in this chat right now were in the Cowboys versus Bucks game 2021 season opener. So anytime I feel like kind of bad about how fast the channel's growing or anything, I think back to that. No one in here was there, B-Dot, because that had like 4 viewers. I straight up used to stream to like 6 people. One of them being B-Dot. Kid has asked people will finally turn on him next season. Finally! Finally turn on him? I feel like every time I was here, there was at least 100. No. Not when Cowboys games were still being streamed. When did you blow up? I mean, I don't think I've blown up at all. I'm still waiting to blow up. But there was never like a specific moment where like more viewers came. I felt like it was just a gradual increase over time. Like having over 100 viewers in here right now on a random day stream in September is nuts. Because this like used to be like, oh my God, 100 people are in here for like a game. From 6 to 100. Again, it was just like, it was just like gradual. And there were some streams. Like, yeah, I did have a couple playoff streams that got over 1,000 viewers, like 1,000 live viewers at a given time. And there were like a couple of streams this year too. But would you ever feel bad about how your channel is growing? Why would you ever feel bad about how your channel is growing? I don't like talking about this stuff. I don't like when content creators talk about this stuff. It just feels strange to me. But, you know, I do want... I want this to become a career at some point. And that requires really, really grinding, which I do plan to do. I found you last year and you made the season from hell a lot better. So I do feel bad for the people who discovered the channel during last season because it was really fun. It was really fun when the team's good. I know the vibes were always super negative, but when we were in the playoffs and stuff, man, the vibes of those streams were so fun and we were having so much fun. The Lucas team thing is weird to me, not going to lie. The Mavs having 2 elite players is a good thing. Who cares whose team it is? I do agree. Slightly round would have had 1 million subs. The thing about baseball is, man, how do you keep... It's hard to keep up with everything. You know? You have to be actively trying to keep up with everything. And I've been watching, you know, the Rangers here and there. Much less often than I did in the past. There were stretches this year where I watched every game, but fucking, I'm done with them. I turned off the score notifications. Like, they're done. Just need to find me a Dallas sports content creator, and I struck gold. That's right, baby. 14-1 yesterday was brutal. I turned off. So I was at the game Monday. I went to the Labor Day game. I had a lot of fun. I mean, the game was really good until it wasn't. It was a crazy atmosphere. Admittedly, I would have to say majority Astros fans, to be honest with you. We need more Star Wars streams and gaming streams. I do want to game more. My problem is, though, like in a game like Starfield, I want to do it off stream first. Because in a game like that, when you're doing a bunch of missions and you're playing for 20 hours, like I don't want to be talking for 20 hours. I want to be just kind of chilling. Thought the Adolis walk-off was going to be the turning point. You and me both. You and me both. But it's over. The dream's dead for them. When Spider-Man drops, I didn't even play the first Spider-Man. I am gonna play 2K. I'm just trying to decide if I want to stream that. The thing is I'm not very good at 2K. So doesn't want to talk for hours. I'm sure not to alarm you, but there's a difference between streaming for like 2 or 3 hours here. We're talking about basketball. Like I already have an idea of what I want to talk about, and playing Starfield for 20 hours. Someone who never watches baseball, can you explain to me what happened? I thought the team made a ton of great moves, but everyone's a doomer. All right, so here's the reality for the Rangers, right? Going into the season, if you told the fans, hey, listen, it's September 6th. You have a series against the Astros. You're 2 games back from the division lead. You're only a half game back in the wild card place, from a wild card spot. Everyone would be like, oh my God, that's awesome. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted to be a winning team. We wanted to be competitive. But obviously, when you add the context of we started the season 40-20, and it looked like for most of the year you were not only cruising to a playoff spot, but we're going to be in competition for the best record in the league, then it's a disaster. They're definitely a year ahead of schedule. And while this year is frustrating, I think it bodes well for them moving forward, because now all of your weaknesses are apparent, right? Your top of the lineup is fucking disgusting. It's insanely good. Some guys are slumping. Adolis is slumping really bad. Simeon's not playing that good. But your top of the lineup is gross. And hopefully Young gets healthy. Heim is healthy next year. And then you have some great prospects coming up too. Your rotation when healthy is good. And your rotation, even when you've been struggling, has been good. Your bullpen has been a disaster. All right? You need to go into the offseason. Okay, who are the 4 or 5 best relievers in free agency? All of them are on our team. Sally, what team would you recommend for a person who never watched baseball before? I don't just want the best. I want the baseball version of last year's Kings, Orioles. Definitely not the A's. For last year's Kings. The A's are comparable to... Well, the A's have actually been kind of good. How does the salary cap work in the MLB? So there's no true salary cap. There's just a luxury tax. So teams can spend however much money they want. And the Rangers are entering that, well, we have fuck you money territory. Man, hell with all this. It's football season. Coach Prime taking souls. So I just like, I never seek out college football, but I was like out places and stuff and college football was on. I cannot watch that sport, dude. That sport to me is just a no-go. I cannot do it. The amount of commercials. And the commercials worked. I will say this. The commercials actually worked for me. Because the commercials actually worked for me. Because there was a advertisement for the new Chick-fil-A pimento cheese sandwich that popped up 500 fucking times in one game. And I went and got one the next day, and it was pretty good, I have to say. College b-ball is a no-go for me until March. Same. College basketball is the only college sport I can really watch. But the commercial situation with football is horrible. Absolutely horrible. All right. Let me get my NFL predictions going. And then Friday, I think we'll do a PowerPoint stream. We've kind of not done PowerPoint streams because of, the FIBA World Cup and stuff has given us other things to talk about. But now that Slovenia's out, we will go a PowerPoint stream. You could be a lineman. I was a quarterback when I played, and I was fucking horrible. Probably should have been a lineman. I have us winning FIBA. Is us Team USA? If so, I do agree. Sorry, it's 30 days till the NBA. 30 days until NBA preseason. Yes, propaganda videos will come. They're going to come. You need advice or something you don't know? I'm here. I watch fucking all 22 films. All right. Let's just, for a quick refresher, speaking of B-Dot, I last year did predictions, and B-Dot was in my chat the entire time I was doing it, laughing at me. And my predictions were, dare I say, almost perfect. Sorry, my thoughts get so... I need to be on Adderall. My thoughts get so jumbled. Friday PowerPoint stream, I'm going to rank every NBA team's offseason from 30 to 1. So that's what's happening on Friday. PowerPoint stream, ranking every NBA team's offseason. I'm already pretty deep into the process of it. Wicked, 11 months of the Slightly Delusional Club. Chiefs all the way. All right, so let's see. Last year I had the Bills winning the AFC. So let me pull up NFL 2022 standings. Let me see how much I cooked. Let me get a little side by side. Let me cook. Did the Colts not win the division last year? Didn't they? I thought they made the playoffs. All right, let's see. Last year, I had the Bills winning the NFC East. Yep. Dolphins second. Yep. Jets third. Patriots fourth. All right, that's close enough, though. AFC South or AFC North had the Ravens 11-6, 10-7. They made the playoffs. Bengals, yep, they made the playoffs. Steelers 9-8. I got that record exactly right. They didn't make the playoffs though. Browns 5-12. AFC South, Colts 9-8. Oh, they went 4-12. Oh shit. Okay, my bad. Viewers leaving when he talks football. Oh yeah, no shit. I really enjoyed Sunday draft stream. It was super fun. I'm super glad you got to keep your promises and are super honorable. I never promised to do a draft stream. Have I broken many promises? Oh yeah, for sure. I'll be the first to admit that. I've never promised a draft stream. Colts 9-8. All right, they were terrible. Who was last year the year they had Matt Ryan? Titans 8-9. All right, I was close enough on that. Had them missing the playoffs. Jaguars 7-10. Who would have thunk? And the Texans were terrible. What's the other division? AFC West. Yep. Chiefs 14-3. Yep. Chargers 11-6. Okay, they made the playoffs. Raiders and Broncos. Let me cook. Let's look at the NFC. What did I do? NFC West. Okay, the Rams were terrible. Didn't expect to see that. 49ers, all right. Cardinals, yeah, okay. Seahawks, shockingly good. All right, that one was a bit of a miss. NFC East had the Eagles being really good. I made a lot of money last year on the Eagles. Actually, I bet them to make the Super Bowl before the season even started. So show some respect. Oh, look, I had the Giants at 8-9. They were kind of close. Commando 6-11. Commanders. Okay. I did have the Cowboys going 5-12. So, little oversight there on my part, but okay. NFC North. I had the Vikings winning money. I had the Bears going 1-15. Okay. No one expected the Lions to be good, in my defense. NFC South, Bucks, Saints, Panthers, Falcons. So all in all, not bad. I did have the Chiefs. Look at that. I had the Chiefs beating the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Come on, man. MVP Patrick Mahomes. Locked On Maps just uploaded a YouTube video short saying exactly what you said about the Luka honeymoon period. Yep. And MMFB. MMFB. Most miserable fan base. Most miserable fan base as the Dallas Cowboys. Wouldn't say that was necessarily true last year, but it did end up being miserable at the end. So, I swear if Kid gives Lively the wood treatment, then we have to do some elite 1930s propaganda. Kid's not going to give Lively the wood treatment because Lively actually plays defense and tries. So don't have to worry about that for Lively. Lively might have some weird minute stuff going on, but that's probably just going to be because he's a rookie and that's just how it goes. But again, he tries on defense, so he'll play. He'll play. All right, here we go. I'm going in completely blind. You know, this is purely vibes. Purely vibes, baby. What else can we ask for? How good does Lively have to be in the preseason for him to start? Like, is there like anything he can do in the preseason? Lakers fans getting excited about Wood is cute, although him next to AD will be better for him. Look, like he's on the minimum, so that's fine. Like worst case scenario, they just cut him. All right, let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. AFC East. It's a tough one. I feel like all of these teams are pretty good this year, huh? Feel like all of these teams are pretty good, right? I mean, I'm just looking at it. We saw him die on the field last year, and he came back. That was cool. Let me give mine first, B-Dot, and then you can give yours. I don't want to be influenced. All right. Look, I'm going Jets number 1. Now why would I do that, you ask? Is everything still on stream? I just had something fall underneath my computer. I have no idea what it was. Why do I have Jets number 1? I drafted Garrett Wilson in the first round of my fantasy draft on Sunday. I have faith in him. I believe in him. And I need him to be good. Feel like 10-7 could win this division, huh? 10-7. Like I feel like they'll beat up on each other. Bills are still going to be good. I know nothing about these teams. 10-7. Dolphins also with a winning record. We'll go 9-8. Patriots, just don't see it. Just don't see it. 7-9. 7-10. There's 17 games now, right? Bills, Jets, Finns, Patriots. I trust Josh Allen. I trust. What the fuck was his name? Garrett Anderson? It's not Garrett Anderson. That was a center fielder for the Garrett Wilson. Garrett Anderson. All right. These 3 teams make the play. How many teams make the playoffs again? Is it the division champs and then 3 wild cards, right? AFC North. What a bloodbath this one is, huh? What a bloodbath. The Bengals are just too good. I'm going to go 11-6 for the Bengals. They're just too good. I'm also feeling a motivated Lamar Jackson this year, right? Got the contract extension. Do I need him to be good because of fantasy purposes? That's neither here nor there. Ravens. 10-7. Steelers are nice. Now, if you're wondering how these records don't make sense, how are there this many winning teams? I don't know. And then the Browns, Deshaun Watson, he could be good, but I'm not rooting for him. 7-10. All right, so far so good. Bengals and Ravens both make the playoffs. So that means there's no more wild card teams left. Browns are going to intense. Oh, it's going to get intense for the Browns if you're a masseuse. If you're an NFL player, AFC South. Is this division still utter dog shit? Steelers are sneaky good. I like the receivers. I need Pat Freiermuth to be good. That was low. Yeah, that wasn't a very good one. That one was a little forced. So let's look at it. Jaguars are kind of nice, right? Undefeated in the preseason. You know what they always say? That matters. Titans, I feel like, always win this shit, though. Texans and Colts are going to be utter diarrhea. So. But I feel like the Titans always just come through, huh? Like, you always expect them to be bad, and then they're always like, oh, wait, the Titans won 10 games? No, I'm riding with them. I'm riding with them. Jaguars. They have a winning season, but they miss out on the playoffs. Texans, Colts, doesn't matter at all. Is there any chance that either of these teams are going to be good? Okay, the Titans are always somehow good. Am I wrong? The Titans are somehow always good. Titans are always mid. That's all it takes in this shit-ass division. Hey, I'm rocking with them. You got to show me something, Jags. Show me something. Trevor Lawrence, I do have you in fantasy in one of my other leagues, so please show me something. Who's going to be last? Who is the most bad between the Texans and the Colts? I feel like Texans go like 5-12. Colts go like 4-13. Like, any chance those teams are actually good? Chances Giannis leaves Milwaukee decently high, if I had to guess. I would still say under 50%, but it's there. AFC West, I mean, hello? Just like always fucking insanely good. Unfortunately, I think the Chargers miss out on the playoffs. I've seen the Kellen Moore experience. Trust me, I've seen it firsthand. I think Broncos are like back. I think the Broncos are just like kind of respectable this year. And the Raiders, can the Raiders be bad? Like, they kind of need a quarterback, right? Do they just like tank the end of the season? Maybe. I'm gonna go 4-13. Sorry. All right, let's go to the NFC. How do I feel about this? Let me change my Dolphins playoff pick. What are the chances Tua stays healthy the whole season? No Chris Jones and no Kelsey? It doesn't matter. But Patrick Mahomes could throw it to Andy Reid. Chargers, Jags, or Steelers? If this is cooking, I'm having second thoughts about eating. Laugh away. They all laughed and joked about NFL predictions last year. And they were pretty damn good. Laugh all you want. Again, put me in some pads and tell me to line up in the slot and run a slant, and Patrick Mahomes could throw me 3 touchdowns. So I don't really care. Chiefs 17-0. Steelers, Jags, or Chargers. You know, Jaguars, do I have any fantasy players for them on any of my teams? I do have Tank Bigsby, but you know. I do have Trevor Lawrence. Steelers, I have Deontay Johnson in my Dynasty League. I have Pat Freiermuth. Chargers, I do have Justin Herbert. Man, a lot of different directions I could go. Dolphins, I don't have anyone, so they're out, in my opinion. They're dead to me. Move on, dude. Let's go Chargers. Yeah. Go Chargers. Bolt up! Let's save the NFC East for last. NFC North. You're really asking me to believe in the Detroit Lions, huh? Like you're straight face asking me that. Really? Grow up. Grow up. Jordan Love, I believe in you. For some reason. I think the Vikings are still going to be good. Like, everyone's just like, oh, the Vikings are going to fucking suck. I think they'll be all right. Just need to see it to believe it with the Lions, man. They're the Lions. I mean, God bless them, right? But it's just kind of like, you know, I think the Bears will be okay. 6-11, but a competitive 6-11. A competitive 6-11. NFC South. North. Oh God. Oh my God. What is this division? If you put together the most athletic NBA players and put them in pads and formed a team, could they win the NFC South? Saints, who even is their quarterback? Drew Brees, no. Oh, Derek Carr. Oh, God. They did my boy Jameis Winston disgusting. Buccaneers have Baker Mayfield. Falcons have Desmond Ridder. And Carolina Panthers have a 5'3" guy. I mean, what the hell? That's disgusting. I feel like Derek Carr is the best quarterback in this division, which is saying a lot. Saints do have great jerseys. Like that gives them a point always whenever I'm thinking about them. You know, their home crowd, it's noon. It's a 3:00 game. You know, they've been out on Bourbon Street. They can barely fucking walk. It's loud. It's rowdy. Buccaneers, what do they even have going on there? What's going on there? Baker Mayfield, really, huh? Okay. Falcons, I mean, Falcons got a lot of players. Drake London's nice. Kyle Pitts, is he still a thing, or have we given up on that? Bijan. The Buccaneers do have a pirate ship, that's true. Panthers. Okay. I've got it. Brace yourselves. Tampa Bay wins the division at 8-9. Yeah. Uh-huh. Falcons go 7-10 and barely miss out on the division. Saints also go 7-10. Okay. Just kind of how, like, the direction I'm leaning. Baker Mayfield slept on. Nobody believes in him. It feels like the perfect time. Feels like the Baker Mayfield moment. You know? Just throw that shit to Chris Godwin, who I do have in fantasy. Just throw that bitch up to Mike Evans. Bosa agreed to a 5-year, $170 million extension with the San Francisco 49ers, including $122 million guaranteed. 5-year, $170 million. Dylan Brooks is making more annually than that, isn't he? Fred VanVleet is shitting on that contract. If you're a great athlete and you play in the NFL, you are a sucker. You are a sucker. Genuinely. NFC West. Highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. That is insane. Just a little over $30 million a year, which is a ton of money, obviously. Can we not do this? If the Bucks win more than 5 games, I'll do anything on stream. All right, deal. The Bucks win more than 5 games. B-Dot has to come on stream. B-Dot has to come on stream and live play-by-play. Huh. What should we make him do? I will record a pickup game and B-Dot has to live play-by-play it. On stream. B-Dot has to give me his bank information. That too. All right, NFC West. What are we cooking with here, boys? Well, hold on a second. Cardinals, okay. 49ers are just so good. Go 13-4. Followed by the Seahawks, who I think are also nice. I'm going to go 10-7. And then for the first time in history, the Rams go 0-15-2. The Cardinals go 0-15-2. They tie their 2 games against one another. Both these teams fucking suck. A guy with the last name of Toon is starting at quarterback, man. It's over. Okay? NFC East. Hasn't been back-to-back winners in this division since the early 2000s. Eagles going to have a little championship hangover. The curtain's going to drop a little bit. We're really going to see what's going on there. They had the easiest schedule I've ever seen in my life a year ago. I'm thinking I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. me one reason why they're not going to be good. Squiggly 9 months, you're back. I'm thinking I'm back. Eagles go a respectable 11-5. Giants go a respectable 9-8. Commandos go a respectable 8-9. So who makes the playoffs in the NFC? Packers at Packers at 10-7. What? Who let him cook? I'm rocking with it. Squiggly with the $2. Beat them, boys. Yes, sir. 11. Slightly, that's one less game for the Eagles. They have to forfeit a game. They have to forfeit a game because there's a gambling scandal. They get involved in a gambling scandal and they have to forfeit the game. I need one reason why the Packers are winning 10 games. I have Romeo Doubs in a fantasy league. I have Jordan Love in my dynasty league. So that's about it. So there's 3 wildcard teams. The Eagles make it. The Seahawks make it. Vikings or Giants? I do not watch the UFC at all, no. Giants? All right. 3 teams in the NFC East. Didn't that happen last year? Is this the same exact playoff teams as last year? Doesn't that like never happen in the NFL? Super Bowl. Yeah, that's right. Woo! I like my predictions. I have to be honest with you. I like them a lot. Here, let me actually put a real record for the Cardinals and Rams so I can be closer to reality. The Rams probably win like 5 games. The Cardinals really might not win a game. Like, they actually might not win one. Do not think the Chiefs 17-0. All right. We'll go 15-2. Oh man. Keep the Cards at 0 wins. Oh wait, hold on. I also have the Panthers with 0 wins. We'll give them 4. All right, I'll give the Cardinals 0 wins. Let me tweet it out. Hopefully this finds a non-NFL. Hopefully this finds the NFL audience. NFL predictions from someone who knows a lot. In parentheses, me. Thoughts and opinions? Let's take a break from the hellhole that is Twitter today. Is it always a hellhole? Of course it is, but it is especially today. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. Mavericks winning the NBA, Rangers winning the World Series, and Cowboys winning the bowl. All right, let's be realistic, right? The Rangers have no fucking chance, but the other two, for sure. For sure. Bro, what? Yo, what's up? I just had one of my best friends call me talking about the hilarious reaction from Luca. The hilarious reaction about Luca on Twitter. Is it really bad? I checked out about 3 or 4 hours ago. Is it still raging? A hot American woman in a Slovenian jersey sparks men's imagination. Do I look like a Slovenian? What? It's bad still? God. Yo, what's up, Slightly? Just joined. How you been? Just living the dream, baby. I don't understand how the Rangers bullpen is so bad. Isn't baseball easy? You just hit the ball and run or catch? Yeah, it's pretty easy. It really is kind of remarkable how bad it is. Well, all right, guys, that's going to end the stream for me. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. You know, I love my takes. See you guys in beautiful downtown Arlington. Beautiful downtown Arlington for the parade. If the Cowboys ever won a Super Bowl, tall order. Where was the parade gonna be? Is it gonna be in fucking Arlington? Don't bet money on those takes. Your loss. Hey, I've made a lot of money on FIBA, by the way. Like, is it gonna start? Like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna start it in downtown Dallas and then go on the fucking loop and take the highway? That would be the most Texan thing of all time. Actually, that's exactly what they should do. Do a parade on the highway. Maybe we can expand the highway another 3 or 4 lanes to make it, even bigger. But like, if the parade's actually in Arlington, I don't want them to win it because I don't want Arlington to have anything nice. That's how I feel. Thank you guys for tuning in. It was a fun stream. Got a little bit fiery in here. If you guys missed the start of the stream, it got a little bit fiery. You guys know I love you. You guys know I love you to death, even though we might disagree from time to time. It's never anything personal. It's just sports takes at the end of the day. We're just here to have fun. Unfortunately, that is it for, well, actually not true. Dwight Powell's got a chance to be a champion. But in terms of, seeing like real meaningful basketball again for anyone Mavericks related, well, there's Dwight Powell. But it will be a month from now. So we'll be live on Friday. We're doing a PowerPoint stream. I'm excited for that. I want to make a video tomorrow. Let me just say this. The video you saw yesterday, you're never going to see a video like it again. I regretted making that video the moment I did it. I shouldn't have made that video. It was so low effort and lame. I just felt like I had to put out a video for some reason. So I don't know if there'll be a video tomorrow. I am beginning the process of some propaganda videos. I'm beginning the process of propaganda videos. So those will be sort of the next project. But again, Friday PowerPoint stream. We're going to rank every team's offseason from 30 to 1. And you know who's won. Like, let's just, like, spoiler alert. We know who one's going to be. Thank you guys for coming out. All the OGs, you guys know I love you very much. Could have spent your Wednesday afternoon anywhere in the world. You decided to spend it here. New subscribers, I promise you guys do not regret it. Season right around the corner. We're going to be ramping it up big time. And it's not just going to be Maverick stuff this year. I promise you that. Tons of streams. I am a little bit nervous about the watch party streams. Just a little bit nervous this year. I feel like the NBA might start cracking down a little bit harder. So I'm a little bit nervous. But we'll make it work no matter what. Donations, members, thank you guys so much. You never have to do that, but it helps me out tremendously. It makes me feel so good. You guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Hope maybe a video tomorrow. We'll see. But we'll be live again on Friday. Love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your days. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.